I just finished with my Dishonored playthrough with the DLC, and well, I wanted to play something a little relaxing and fun. I've played Banished before. I'm not very good at it, honestly, but I find it fun. So let's get into it. There's a lake not too far away from us. But what I really want is to be closer to a big river like this. So, since I don't know how long we're actually going to be doing this for, let's try a different map. Same starting conditions. I wish my towns looked as nice and neat as this one does. Alright, let's check the map first. We're a little bit closer. This little hill. I wonder... Ugh. Nope, not doing it. Alright, we're next to a creek. Ah, wonderful! It won't be so great in the early parts because we're kind of smushed. They won't be able to gather so many materials before having to build a bridge over this creek, but I'm pretty happy with this. Let's get all of our... Ooh, see, right in... This would be a great place to have a town. Right in here. Then where am I? Over here? We could have the foresters over here. Okay, actually I should pull this back up so I can get back to it. There we are. Okay, let's see. We want... We should build some houses. And then gather resources. I know it's probably smarter to go for the wooden houses from the get-go, but I don't know, I've always gone for the stone houses. Actually, to build the field first or the houses first? That is the question. Alright, let's clear out this area. And this area. And this area. That should be a good start. Alright, I can afford to have 2 farmers. Let's see. Cabbage. 3 farmers. We're gonna do 2. They probably won't get all of them. The harvest, and they won't get it well because they're uneducated, but oh well. Also, I seemed super loud in my last few streams, so if I'm being like annoyingly loud, please let me know. And I'll turn the volume down on my mic. I love the names of these people. Irenata, Yaratani, and then Mitchell. How could I have been so... Oh, I forgot to make a gatherer. I'm going to my husband's work party tonight. I'm terrified because I have horrible social anxiety. Ironically. But right now it's raining outside. It's like calm and peaceful. I love the music of this game. So I'm not feeling too nervous at the moment. But as it gets closer and closer for me to leave, I'm getting more anxious for it. Why are they going all the way up there? Joaquincy. Well, you're starving because you went so far away. Why are they all over here? I've never seen them do that before. Oh. They went over there to build the gatherer's hut. Oh my gosh. See, look at me, already making silly mistakes. Pause. Garville, the laborer, froze to death. You get anxious before parties too? I know I'm not alone with that. It's like... And it seems like such a silly fear to have, but... Holy smokes, all my villagers are gonna die. This is why I usually start in hard, because less villagers die, because there's less villagers starting out with. Quite the journey. I know. I think what happened was I put down this gatherer's hut before I built the bridge, and so they're going all the way up there to get around this creek to put all the resources down to build the gatherer's hut. That's right, we're in early spring, we'll get some more food soon. We've got 9 people alive. We've got 6 people alive. Okay, now let's... I'm gonna have to restart this one. I totally bunked up. I swear, I said I was bad at this game. I'm not this bad usually. Well, they're not healthy because they're starving. I know, I go through phases where I'll play a bunch of it and then I'll just not touch Banished for months. And then I'll get back into it for a little bit, and the same thing with like The Sims, Slime Rancher, Subnautica, those kinds of simulation games. I don't know if you could call Subnautica a simulation game, but yeah, it's like goes through waves of I'm super into it and then I always feel bad when it's a game that like my friends play too, and I'm really into it with them for a while, and then I just kind of fall off. And ooh, I'll start with one gatherer, and then they're like, "Where did you go?" It's even worse because I don't have that many friends, so I should probably play more games with them. Oh well. So much cabbage. I always feel so bad for my little villagers in the first few years because it's either like cabbages or potatoes. Just for years, that's all they're eating. And mushrooms, of course, and berries and stuff. Alright, we need to get our population up a little bit. This one already has, oh, it needs some more stone. We got plenty of stone. Well, we've got enough stone for another house. I always slept on forest lodges everywhere because I thought it looked pretty to have trees all over town. It does look so beautiful, but I always end up with like these wonderfully laid out, probably not logistically enough laid out orchards to kind of like line the roads. And then I have these, like, just fields and fields, and then pastures. And then when I introduce the pastures, it always looks ugly. I've never figured out how to maximize the trading posts, though. Oh, we should probably make a woodcutter. Don't want my 7 citizens freezing to death. Wow, cabbage is like a really early crop. Oh, so I wasn't thinking of the trading post. The trading post, I love using the trading post. I use it all the time to get like new things, new animals, new plants. It was the something. What's low firewood? Yeah, I know. The market. That's the one I could never figure out how to maximize. I know you're supposed to put it in like a. It's supposed to serve as a better storage, so that you put it in the middle of a bunch of houses and they can access the materials easier. I think that's how it's supposed to work, but I don't know. Honestly, I probably never made it far enough to need a market. Yeah, they do look super cool, but yeah, I never got why they were better than storage barns. I tried to research it, but I didn't get very far with that because, well, I got kind of lazy. I mean, I'll be honest. Banished is more of a game that I just like to play for fun. Ooh, one of my chillins became an adult, or at least old enough to work. Oh, a new baby, yay! You should totally play it. I know, it's like, when you get into it, it's just so nice, relaxing, and addictive. Let's see. Make sure I don't have any limits on the food right now. Okay. No, I don't need a... Yay! I don't know why it does that. That happened to me in the middle of one of my other streams on last Tuesday, and I didn't even realize it because nobody was in the chat, nobody was watching, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But afterwards, I realized for like 20 minutes of the stream, it was the starting soon screen, which I was super bummed about. I don't know why it did that. I don't think I'm accidentally pressing a button. It's bound to number 4 on my numpad, and I don't really go near that in games like this at least. Yeah, let me know if you find anything. Honestly, I don't know. I was just super bummed when I found that out. 20 minutes is a long time, because I record them at the same time as I stream, just in case. I want to like chop them up and upload them somewhere else, but I probably will never ever do that. But yeah, I was so disappointed, and it was a drinking game stream. I was completely out of it, which is probably why I didn't realize. But it was like some super funny content. Actually funny content. I think it's funny. Oh well. Don't think I'll need to build that other house for a while, until those kids grow up. Because I know that the man and the woman have to be alone in the house in order to procreate. Ah, yes. We will start with one forester. There, my headphones just cut out. Ugh, I don't know, maybe my computer's doing something weird right now. Yeah, I know, I will. I plan on doing it again. I might have to think of a different one though, because the friend I was playing with, she's awesome and I love her, but so we were playing Guild Wars 2, and the premise was every time we fall in a jumping puzzle, we have to drink. And she said she didn't want to drink because she's terrible at jumping puzzles. I was like, yeah, no problem. I'll be the only one drinking. And, but I know she got really frustrated. She really doesn't like jumping puzzles. She was a good sport for playing with me. So I'll have to try to think of something else that she might enjoy. Because drinking games by yourself aren't as fun. Especially, like, there was nobody else. I guess there was one other person watching, but they weren't really talkative in the chat. So it was like, that would not be as entertaining if I was literally just talking to myself. For me at least, wouldn't be as entertaining for me. I'm trying to remember. My phone's about to die and I have a charger around here somewhere, but I don't remember where exactly it is. Oh well. I don't really need my phone right now. I've been playing too much of the Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery app came out last week. And I played it for a solid 3 hours today. I spent way too much money. I don't have enough money to spend that much, what I did, but what's done is done, and I had a lot of fun, but now my battery's almost dead. Vesica! Oh my gosh. There's this commercial that comes on the radio every once in a while. Gosh, and this person has the most obnoxious name. What is it? I'm trying to remember. Regina instead of Regina. I don't know why that name. What kind of a name is Regina? It's for like a health rejuvenating place in town. So I'm hoping maybe she's just using it because regeneration. But gosh, that's such, I don't know why that name, I just hate that name. Hopefully nobody who's watching this name is Regina. Which I think, Pine Fox, you're the only person watching. So I hope your name isn't Regina, because I really don't want to offend you. Something I always wanted to build in one of my towns, but never seemed to have the layout just right, was a small graveyard for the founders, so that when they die, they would actually have their own little cemetery that everybody could look at. Reynaldo has become... Oh, Reynaldo and Christine. I guess we can start building this house now. We'll get an herbalist. What are we doing on wood? We'll add forester. Oh, they're all growing up so fast. We won't exactly have a steady flow of new labor, but... Tools! Yes! I needed to build a blacksmith. Really? The gravestones disappear? Oh, that's kind of a bummer. I think in one of my towns I built this huge, great, like way bigger cemetery than I actually needed. But it looked awesome. I usually like to have a huge surplus of food. Not a huge surplus, but I like to have at least 500 by the end of the winter. And we're getting close to that amount, so I might... Oh, I don't have too many laborers. I might build another... Do I have any fruit seeds? Or like tree seeds? Orchard seeds? Whatever. I built one once. A boarding house, that is. I built a boarding house once. And it was interesting. Basically, like... Yeah, it's basically emergency housing. But it was nice because then I used it as kind of this midway station for when you, if you build a town hall, you can get nomads into your town, which is a great like surplus of sudden surplus of labor. But inevitably, you don't have the houses built for them. You don't usually have the amount of food you need for them. So it was nice to have that midpoint where it gave me the time to kind of catch up. Because they give you like anywhere between 6 and 20 extra population for taking in nomads, I think. At least from what my experience. So that was interesting with that town. I haven't done it since then because it was kind of stressful, but I thought it was a good idea at least. I mean, it worked for me. I knew I should have stocked up on firewood before when I was playing Dishonored. I don't know why that's happening. The stream health seems to be pretty good too. I mean, fairly good. It's dropped a couple frames, but nothing too serious. I'm gonna look it up really quick. What am I low on? Oh yes, I know I'm low on tools. Okay, the reserve of logs is slow. The reserve of everything is low. Ah! Okay, we can destroy some more forests. And let's get some more iron. Maybe it's a hotkey that this game shares with my streaming software. Maybe I don't know. I don't really use my keyboard in this game. That's what's. I don't know why I always build the forestry cabin and the hunting cabin together. I don't know if there's actually any benefit to that, but it looks really nice and their squares match up perfectly, which makes my heart happy. Eleni. And Laven has become an adult. Happy birthday, Laven. This is wonderful. Let's actually, since we're constantly running low on logs, since we have a blacksmith trying to catch up, and a woodcutter, let's just fill up on our foresters. Yay! You're right! 3.5 hearts! I'm so happy! Hopefully with the introduction of the meats, I don't think they've had any meat in their diet right now. No. Between the herbs and then the variety of diet, they should be happy, healthy villagers. For the next 2 years, I'll probably have to build another field. What is this, 10 by 12? They seem to be getting it pretty well farmed between the two of them. I know there's like a way to optimize, there's a way to optimize everything in this game, but... Arl. Arl. But I honestly didn't pay that much attention when I was reading through some of the tutorials. We could probably build a fishing dock soon when we get some more laborers. I always play with exhausters turned off. Have you tried it out? I've never played with it turned off. I don't know why I'm like a glutton for punishment. Usually I play on hard. I've never played on a mountain map, but I always have disasters on. Nothing bad has ever really happened to me though. Once there was a tornado, which was kind of weird, and then a tornado happened literally the next year, and then like I forget what it's called. Like my orchards get infected sometimes, and my livestock, but I don't know if that's part of the disasters. But I've never had a huge fire. I've never had like, I don't know, nothing too bad. But I've also never had a super big town. So maybe that's why. I bet it's so much more relaxing with disasters turned off though. Roberty. Caden is still all alone. I'm sorry, Caden. Well, I guess, you know, you can be alone. You do you. Inner happiness, right? Tear. Gas. We could probably build another house soon. Yikes! We need to have a new field now. Won't help until next spring, but shoot, I can't make it that big. That should do it, right? Just have one for now. And more cabbage, yum! I guess there's a lot of different things you can do with cabbage. 4 hearts, yay! And 3 whole stars! Oh, we're moving up in the world. Gosh. What was I saying? I totally lost my train of thought. Oh well, must not have been important. I know the reserve is low. Hang in there, guys. Don't die. We've come so far together. I know. Curves would be so much prettier than these like janky steps. I know it's yeah, like if they could build a path. All these villagers are coming around this curved mountainside. If I could just build a nice path that goes that way, it would look so much better, it'd be so much more efficient, but I mean, it is what it is. But I totally agree with you. Alright, blacksmith has finally come up, the blacksmith has finally caught up. So hopefully we won't be losing logs at such a astonishing rate anymore. Our stone is pretty low. Oh my gosh. We made it through the winter. Barely. Whew. Go, little farmer, go! Alright, looks like I was a little bit nervous having just one farmer on this big field, but he seems like he's doing okay. Actually, if he manages to get all of the cabbage by the end of the season, I could probably take one of the farmers away from this field too. Oh, yes. Frostpunk? I have not heard Frostpunk. What kind of game is it? Like, what's it about? And is it on Steam? Oh, yes, Hunter, that's what I was looking for. Hunter. Oh no! You'll have cabbage soon! Oh, we have chestnuts! That's exciting. It won't provide much food, but why do I keep doing that? Who am I getting? It's not gonna provide any food. Oh. Once we have enough citizens, I'll build a fishing dock. Usually, that is pretty good yield. Well, there we go. Arl has become an adult. We have no food. Ah, dang. I built too many houses too fast. I've become the architect of my own demise. Four hearts, look! And 3.5 stars! Oh, we're like, did you see that? We almost had 4.5, but they were like, oh, you want it? You want it? Ah, no, we're not gonna give it to you. Esmeralyn, the forester, has died of old age. Laven, the gatherer, decided to become a forester. Oh, Laven is the real MVP. Oh yeah, that farmer will be bragging. He'll be like, I can help you collect all of the cabbage from your field because I already finished collecting it from mine. I know. I'm amazing. I could totally see that. I know, I mean, they ought to be healthy, honestly. All they eat is cabbage and venison. And like, you know, mushrooms and berries and onions and roots, good old roots. Apparently last season was a really good season for mushrooms. Oh. Maybe that's why they're getting happier. Oh, we still got a couple people coming out to get these stones. Actually, we made it through the winter pretty decently. I'm surprised. I bet it was the hunters coming through. Yep, almost 900 venison. Thank you, hunters. As soon as you know we're in a better place. What do the stars mean again? What do you mean? Oh, the stars, their happiness, average happiness of the citizens. So they're happier when they have a wide variety of food. They're happier when they have housing. Uh, Eventually, if you like get wheat seeds, you can grow a butt ton of wheat, and you can have a bar, and that raises happiness. Stuff like that. Mushrooms don't have anything to do with happiness. At least not to my knowledge. I'm so happy with my hunters. Foresters are doing okay. Got 4 kiddos. Hayden will die alone. They're not gonna have any more kids. Roberty is waiting for a woman. Yep, I think it's time to build another house. Just one this time. So it's hopefully to avoid me panicking. The forestry hunting lodge, I think it works because I think having, I don't know, this is totally me talking out of my butt, but I feel like if I was a deer, I'd be happy to have, you know, all these new saplings to gnaw on and all these big old trees that we're taking care of that I can hide under. But I'm not a deer, so, and I'm also not the creator of this video game. But when all else fails, at least they look nice together. So we get low right before they harvest everything. Then we get a big bump in autumn. And then I feel like the hunters really come through in the winter. Monica and the gatherer produces a fair amount in the summer, and this is only with one gatherer. But I think the key, I know the key to having a good herbalist is to have them in an ancient forest, so not anywhere near a forestry cabin. And then, I don't remember for sure, but I feel like gatherers benefit from living in an ancient forest as well. Because usually I put my gatherer's hut next to my hunting cabin and my foresters, and they don't produce nearly as much as this. This one gatherer is doing amazing. I mean, they basically supported this whole village for what? 3 years on their own? Before I guess when they had this field. But still, it's pretty awesome. Oh, they didn't quite get all the cabbage. Oh, they're still going out there. It's snowing, but they're harvesting their cabbage. Oh. So proud. They got it all. Alright, we're building this house. And once we get some more laborers, we'll build that fishing dock. We got this. Look how much food we have. Oh, magnificent. Pretty soon we'll be able to get a, what am I thinking of? A trading post and get some new yummy seeds, hopefully. Seeds are so expensive. But, I mean, if you want happy citizens, I think happy citizens work harder as laborers too. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I did read, like, I have read a couple tutorials and I did pay attention to some of them. Like, mostly the early game stuff, like how to set up all the little things and where to set them up, but I never read into all the, like, long-term strategies. Let's see how our hunters did last season. Oh, look! They're almost 1,000 venison this season. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm so happy with that. Oh, and our gatherer did almost almost twice as much. Because last season it was about 160 of each, right? Okay, so well, not double, but like a 3/4 more. Fantastico. Is there a hut built? Not quite yet. Oh, well, it would help if I had a builder. And when they're done with that house, where should we put our fishing dock? Oh, bummer. Well, I'll wait a little bit longer then. We got a couple of kids waiting to grow up. Suzette. At least she died of old age, and not, you know, starvation or frozen, like early on. Officially at 4.5 hearts. They're so healthy. Yeah, that is true. You can overfish areas, so you don't want any of them to, the little circles to overlap. Yeah, oh my gosh, and 4 stars. They're so happy and healthy. I was afraid we weren't going to make it back. I've never actually started out with that low health and happiness. Let's see. You want to try, so you can see, like, if I wanted to put my fishing dock right here. Well, let's see if I can put it anywhere. Right here would actually be a decent place, since it's not a lake. But you have, a little less than half of the circle is in water. I would have liked if I could push it out a little bit more, but I don't think this coastline, that's about the same, isn't it? Oh, come on, that would have been... If I could have had it right here, except for that one red spot. Dang it. Is that still about the same? That's still about the same as when I had it over here. Alright. What? Okay, I think this is going to be our best bet. Right here. Oh, 2 new biddies. And Valison is now a worker. Oh, and this house isn't even built yet. That's actually wonderful. Our food is right where I like it to be before winter. Alright, oh my gosh, look how efficient they are! They already put all the resources down. Come on, I'm going for 5 hearts. Next 2 years, we'll get 5 hearts. We got this. Oh, it looks like they got all the stone from over here too. I could probably put another... Way later on, I'll probably put another forestry cabin over here. And then probably a storage... like a stockpile in between for them to put their logs. So they don't have to spend as much of their workday going out, and then the laborers can just move it. Yes, planning. Oh, the house is built. Evan and Ballison. Shacking up. So one thing that is actually pretty interesting to look at is you can see the paths that the villagers take. So you can, this is to help you, like, you want to put houses closer to where there are jobs. So like these two are just going right here. But if you click on the forester, you have some people coming from all the way over here, which limits the amount of time that they can work. And then our hunters are coming from all the way over here. But see, our farmers are so close and happy. Pamelium, the farmer, has died. Laven, first he was a gatherer, a star gatherer, and then he was, you know, a forester, decent forester, and now he's gonna be a farmer. Jack of all trades, this Laven. But you can see these two are pretty good. So my gatherer and my herbalist, they're fine. Oh no, Caden the hunter died of old age. Tear has replaced. Alright, I guess we'll have to wait for some more fishers after all. The farmers are placed pretty well. So theoretically, if I placed at least one more house here, it would be more efficient. And then this would free up this house for my fishermen to work at. But I don't know if I can get away with building another house right now. I guess we're doing pretty decent on food. We could probably do another house. Because we don't want our population to decline either. That's the worst, when you start running low on labor. Everything goes downhill from there pretty much. Oh, it started raining again. There was a chance for thunderstorms, and I was really hoping that we were going to get thunderstorms, but I don't think it's going to happen. It's too cold. But the rain is always nice. I even opened my window so I could look out on the rain, listen to some Banished music, play some fun games. So far, it's been a wonderful evening. Lonnie and Dusty. Oh, come on. We can do it. Half a heart, half a heart. Ooh, I haven't seen that name. Roselli. Almost like Rosalie, but edgier. Because Z's are edgier than S's. I wish I got rain all the time. I live in a desert, so we never get rain. Well, almost never. So, but I don't know if I've considered moving somewhere where I got more rain. And I lived in North Carolina for a while, many years ago, and that was nice. But I'm always afraid that if I moved somewhere where it rains more, like Oregon or Washington or Northern California, that I would get tired of it. And it's just so special when you're in the desert, when it rains. I wouldn't want to lose that feeling. Looking closer outside though, it looks super windy. Ooh, another child named Lorraine was born. Oh, and we have an extra laborer. Let's get a fisherman. Did this house get built? Oh, it did. So now, if we check our paths. Oh, we still have a forester coming from over here? Who's over here? Reynaldo and Kirstine. Well, they'll die soon. Why didn't they move? You should have the old people living next to where they live, where they work. And then, Rosalie, you could live over here. Eventually I'll probably have to add another house down there, but I don't want to do it quite yet because I want to see how much fish we get. Oh, let's add another fisherman. How well, because it's always hit and miss for me with the fishermen. Sometimes they do amazing and I get like 1,200 fish, and then sometimes I get like 200 fish the whole season. So I want to see how well this one pans out before I build another house. Because we have 6 children right now. Lorinda! Another fisherman. Let's see, where else can we add people? We'll probably add another gatherer. So the next laborer will become a gatherer. Ooh, Tara and Lady doing well for our population. Thank you. Gassany and Laven. Oh, and Laven's a girl? Not that that matters, but I'm totally impressed. That's amazing. I know they're just digital representations of worker bees. Alright, well that previous season doesn't count because that was cut short. Ooh, we've got a nice amount of herbs. Rose! Welcome to the world, Rose. Have a good night. Thank you for your well-wishing. I'm sure I'll be fine. It's probably just making out to be worse than it is in my head. But thanks for watching for so long. I really appreciate it. It was fun having somebody to talk to. Firewood is worth a lot though. We seem to be doing pretty well on firewood and logs right now. Stone is always running low. Ugh. Then you start to going farther and farther to get it. But then it never like makes sense to build a quarry. And they're so big and ugly. Dusty has become a laborer. Alright, laborers, get out there and get some rocks! Rock on! Still doing fairly well on iron. For how much the blacksmith has been doing, so that's good. We've got a fair amount of iron just around in general right now. That's pretty close. I mean, since these roads don't cost anything, why not? Let's get a tailor. Work with some of this leather. Oh no, we went down half a star! Are you getting tired of the food? The same food? Oh, I'm so sorry. And we still haven't made it past half a heart. I said I was going to do it in 2 years, and it's been like 4 years since then. Our population seems to be steadily growing. Our food isn't like dipping too low like it was earlier, which is nice. We're getting more stone. Lonnie has become a labor. Oh, I already said that, didn't I? Let's actually start stocking up on firewood because in anticipation of getting a trading post. That should help make sure that this field gets taken care of. Yeah, it's about what I would expect from the chestnuts in the size of the orchard that it is. But at least I mostly introduced it to give a little bit more variety. So as I mentioned, the more variety in diet, from what I understand at least, the larger variety in diet, the happier the citizens are. Then after a while they start getting tired of having like cabbage and nuts and venison for every single meal. I guess they have fish now too, which is nice. Yeah, see, fishing just never really, like, compared to my hunters, hunting is such a much better investment. Like, I have 3 hunters and 3 fishermen. My hunters every season do better than my fishermen. And I understand it's like, it's such a tiny spot. I'm sure if I know there's a lake up here somewhere. Ah, oh, not what I wanted. Oh, it's over here. And I know if you fish around the lake, it's probably better. How far away is that though? Goes down this stream. Well, I mean, eventually we could probably expand out that way. But what I really want, because look, this is just like the perfect little, like, little city. A child named Lynn was born. I used to work with somebody named Lynn. She was a little intense, but pretty nice. Try and make that trapezoid. Perfect. Is that what that's called? That shape on the map? Oh, we got our half a star back. Harriet was born. John is just not dying. Reynaldo and Kirsten, their house will be available soon. Jessica and Taylor. That house will be available. Okay, I'm not going to build any more houses because we've got a lot of old folks about to die. Like, seriously, here now? I'm so surprised. Usually, like, 74 for, you know, the era that this seems to be in is a dang good lifespan. You know what? I'm gonna do it. It takes so many resources. Not as much as like a church or a town hall. Let's see. Hospital takes so much stone. Town hall, yeah. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I got something in my throat. Town halls take so much stone. And churches. Look. But churches add happiness too. Oh my gosh, that lines up perfectly. Oh! That makes me so happy. That almost never happens when I randomly place things. Ooh, we have a couple extra laborers. Let's see what we can do with them. Well, we'll have to have one here. We could add a farm. Let's do that. Alright, 12 by 9 it is. Let's get 2 workers. Let's get some more cabbage. We probably won't get a great harvest since they're starting late in the season, but it'll be okay. Go, builder, go! Go, builder, go! Almost done. Come on, you can finish it. Just 10 more build left. Marlowe! Oh, I thought they were gonna stop right before. Alright. This is when things start to get interesting. For me, at least. Okay, let's see. We've got... Oh, we've got to build another storage barn soon. Herbs. Okay, we could probably get rid of... $500 more cabbage. And I'm trying to remember, I don't remember if seeds are normally 1,600 or 2,600. I know they're a lot, but are they that much? Making babies. Alright, we got family there. They're gonna die soon, so not gonna build another house. They're gonna die soon. Earnell is 80 years old. I mean, good for you, Earnell, but dang, you're taking up space and you're living all by yourself. Yikes. Maybe I do need to build another house. At least I don't want to keep my population growing. Yes, I do. Alright, let's build. Our iron is so low. Build a house there, and that should complete that little unit. And let's build a house here, but pause it. And late spring, early summer, at least in my experience, is usually when we get a trader. Gwendy! I love these mashup names. probably build another house right there, actually. Come on, laborers, get on the iron gathering. Yay! Okay, let's pause. The best part for me. What do you got? Potatoes and onions. Okay. No. So, my reasoning is, you know, if it's something that I don't have, like peppers or corn or wheat, then I'll usually trade a little bit, especially if it's a one-to-one trade, like cabbage for potato. Just so that I can, you know, give a little bit of extra yums to my people. But they already get potatoes and onions from my gatherer, so I'm not going to trade. That's okay. I'm actually okay that we didn't get anything too great the first time around, because this gives us more time to stock up. For the things we really want. Which are seeds and livestock. I think I'm gonna build most of the storage is cabbage. Where would be a good place to put? I mean, here wouldn't be too bad for all my herbs and my I wouldn't have to go too far. Ah, yeah, heck, why not? He like whoop, and then he came back down. I'll probably be hopping off soon. I know that now that Pine Fox is gone, I don't think anybody's actually watching. But that way I can get ready a little bit. I'm already pretty much ready. But you know, do what I gotta do, and then maybe charge my phone a wee bit because it's at 16%. Whoops. Well, why not? Where are the other workers working? Oh. Why is my barn getting built before this house? I need another house. Since Earnell won't die of old age. Oh, here he is. Earnell, 84. If this guy makes it to 100, I'm gonna be like, I don't know. I won't be mad at him anymore. I'll just be in awe. Alright, our iron is looking pretty good. So, and our tools are at our limit, so I'm gonna take 500, Jesus. 25 more tools. And let's check how we're doing here. So you'll find that, okay, now we're getting, our gatherers are putting their stuff in here. And this will be mostly for our farmers and, excuse me, our tradesmen, craftsmen, sorry. We're doing pretty well, and our population hasn't grown too much. So I'm actually going to take 1,000. It's super relaxing. I love the music in Banished. It's just perfect. And when it rains, it's just playing the happy music. Oh, it's a wonderful game. If you haven't tried it, I highly suggest it.